Boom! Mike's Music Method. We got notes from the P.O. Box. Remember, guys, you can send me lovely notes to the P.O. Box. It's a great way for those of you who are really enjoying the channel but can't financially support it. These are super encouraging. So this is a letter from Gainesville, Florida, from Carmen. Mike, thank you. And it's handwritten. You know, it's beautiful. Look at this thing. He even used whiteout because he made a mistake over here. It says, Mike, thank you for your video on Dave Van Ronk's Mac the Knife. It made me feel closer to my dad, who is 1,000 kilometers away. Dave, that's awesome. Music is, as we all know, incredibly powerful and, hitting the hearts, making us feel cathartic. And even though music can be like sorrowful and painful, the good music at least should help us heal by feeling that sorrow in like a proper way, in a healthy way. Music doesn't always do that, but it usually does, I think. You know, everyone's been in that situation where were dumped by their, where they got dumped. And they'll listen to the same ridiculous breakup songs and just like sulk in it. So that isn't healthy, and we can certainly use music to sulk and not move on. But it can be very, very healthy and healing, as I think most of you out there have experienced. He says, now I can play the song, my dad who is 1,000 kilometers away. Life is hard when you're alone, but music helps so much. Hey, reach out, Carmen. Shoot me an email, or I'll get you my number and we can chit chat. If you're feeling lonely, dude, happy to chat with you. Now I can play the song, but not too good. The song makes me cry, and I can't see the strings. But not a sad cry, a happy cry. Exactly, that's exactly what I was getting to. Thank you for the joy. And Carmen is clearly, European of some sort, Spanish, she goes on to say, but, he's got the exclamation points in front at the end. I forgot about that. I took Spanish and Italian for a little bit. Thank you for the joy. Can you please do a video on Tim Buckley's song To the Siren? Tim Buckley, if you guys don't know him, Tim Buckley is amazing. So you might also know his son Jeff Buckley. They're both unbelievable. Now, I will say this, their songs don't necessarily always speak to me, but both of them have unbelievable voices, like unbelievable. Jeff Buckley's version of Hallelujah, it might be the greatest vocal performance in my opinion. It just totally gets me. And Jeff Buckley's guitar playing is also unbelievable on those records too. Like solo guitar playing, it's awesome because you rarely hear solo electric guitar outside of like jazz, but clearly Jeff Buckley is not doing jazz, and it's just so beautiful to hear it in that context. He really understands the fretboard and all the inversions. His father was Tim Buckley, also an amazing musician. So Song of the Siren, I will listen to that one and I'll get back to you on it. That sounds cool. Everyone should go listen. Let's do that right now. Pause the video. Let's all go listen to Song of the Siren. Cool. I could have posted it up here, but I don't want to edit this too much. These are just the P.O. Box notes. But that's a gorgeous song. He's playing it on a 12-string. Man, as always, super powerful voice. I can't say I was totally gripped on the first listen. I do not hear lyrics on the first listen, so I'll go back and listen again. But that seems totally doable. There's a little bit of, finger picking in there, but, strumming with some flourishes. I could see why you would like this song, Carmen. He says, that song has always reminded me of my home in Spain. My grandfather was a fisherman who wrote poetry about the sea, and the song is a reminder of him. That's beautiful. Music is memory, right? He says, excuse my grammar faults. I am still learning English. I don't think you made a single fault in here, Carmen. Have a nice day. Eres un crack. I'm a crack. I'm assuming what that means. I'd like to know what is the actual translation of crack. Does that just mean like a crazy guy? In Spanish, eres un crack. PD, what does that mean? No, you did make a grammar error. It's PS, postscript, unless PD means something else. Post letter, what's D? PD? Am I the one who's ridiculous? Or I'm going to assume it's the guy who's learning English. It's his fault. It's PS, postscript. Script meaning the writing, right? The letter. What is your opinion on Spanish guitar? Spanish guitar is amazing. He says, check out Capricho Arab by Tarrega. Tarrega's great. I'm familiar with his stuff. He's awesome. And he says, check out Granada by Isaac Albanese. I don't know that one. I did spend a lot of time doing the Fernando Sor. Fernando Sor is Spanish, right? maybe Italian, but I'm pretty sure he's Spanish. I used to play his like little study pieces, and they're fantastic. So yeah, I love Spanish guitar. I can't say I've ever learned a whole bunch of pieces. But I mean, there's South American stuff that I really do adore. Luis Bonfa, he's not Spanish, but I love that kind of like classical, almost jazzy kind of stuff. You'll have to tell me about more modern Spanish guitarists because I don't know that many. But yeah, I do love those old guys, and I'll put them on fairly often. And I'll listen to Bach and stuff, but it's a different kind of listening. You know what I mean? I don't want to say I listen more passively, but that tends to happen. The more complicated music is, the more I just like get to the point where I tune out. Where a pop song, obviously, you can engage with it easier. Hey, Carmen, this is a beautiful, I think it's Carmen. This is a beautiful note. I really appreciate it. And shoot me an email. I'd be happy to get to know you more, man. Thanks for this awesome letter in the P.O. box. If you guys are ever want to thank me but don't have the financial means to do so, or even if you do have the financial means, people sometimes put a little check in here as well. But thank you, Carmen. This is awesome. This is motivating. I'll give a few more listens to that Tim Buckley song. Thank you so much, man. It made my day. Later, guys.